Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Fahan, and you're listening to the Nisa Invest Tea and Talk podcast. Now, I had the idea of this podcast because earlier this year in February, I was at my local sister circle at my local mosque in West London, and my dear friend who organizes these catch-ups, it's once a week on a Friday, or once a month on a Friday, where we get together and we catch up on our month, how things have been going. And one of the sisters amongst us talks about a topic that they're incredibly passionate about, or it's their field of expertise, I've got the text here of how this all started, but I hosted one of these sessions in February, and my friend of mine who organizes it, she had texted me the month before. Let me just grab it here. She had texted me the month before saying to me, let me just grab it. Let's see. January. Awesome. Hey Fahan, I had just an idea when I saw your Insta page. Would you be happy to do a session on budgeting and halal investments? I think the girls would love and benefit from it. And I replied pretty much 5 minutes later saying, hey, morning salam, jazakallah khair again for tonight. It was the best. And thank you so much for asking. I would love to do it. Do you think I could do the next one? Happy to whenever you'll have me. And that's what happened. And in that session, we got together, we talked all things personal finance. How is it? And really the question that I wanted to answer since I started working was, how do we manage to spend, invest, give, and save our money in a way that it's in line with our values as Muslims, and we do so in a way that is halal, but also in a way that while we trust in Allah's plan for us, knowing that we're also doing the best that we can to make sure that is what happens, and that we're doing the best that we can. And I mean, this was when I was 23, and the reason why we're here today is because I pretty much never stopped talking about it. And it wasn't until I was in a room full of, we're about 45 of us, and it was such a lively debate. You can check it out on my Instagram page. I had started the Instagram page just as a side project, as a blog, where I shared all my thoughts to do with halal personal finance, what I love to invest in, all of it really the same way someone would give you tips on anything else if you wanted to know what they were up to. And so the trailer for this podcast is just to explain to you how this is going to go. So at the end of the session, I had the idea of giving out these cards to all the sisters who had attended. And in it, it's on two sides. One side asked, what will you take away from today? And the other side asked, what else would you want to know? And so I have about 45 of these of questions that sisters our age, over the age of 20, the eldest of us was probably in their early to mid 30s, questions that people had on their minds. And what I really love about it is that I did a tally of the different topics that that the girls wanted to, that had left questions on, and all of them pretty much revolved around investing, property, budgeting, some on student loans, that kind of thing. And what I love about it is that even if the questions were all pretty similar, no two questions are entirely the same. And so in this podcast, we'll go through these questions, maybe a couple each week, every Jummah, recreating the original Tea Talk, but under this new platform called Nisa Invest. So thanks so much for coming along, and I can't wait to get started.